Welcome to Lesson 17 in our Instructional Design series. The ADDIE model. D is for develop. In this phase, your ideas take tangible form. You move from planning and blueprints to creating real learning materials. The develop phase is where structure becomes experience, where visuals, narration, and interactivity come together. It's a critical transition from concept to reality. Here, consistency, testing, and collaboration make all the difference. By the end of this session, you'll know how to produce high-quality materials that match your design intent. You'll also see how development connects closely with quality assurance and iterative improvement. Every element you create in this phase shapes how learners engage with your course. Let's begin exploring how development turns strategy into action. This lesson focuses on four primary objectives. First, you'll understand the purpose of the develop phase, how it builds on the design blueprint. Second, you'll identify tools and methods for producing professional learning assets. From videos to interactive activities, we'll explore how to bring your content to life. Third, we'll discuss quality assurance, testing, and consistency, vital steps in maintaining design integrity. And finally, you'll learn how to collaborate effectively with subject matter experts and development partners. Together, these components ensure your materials are accurate, engaging, and on-brand. The develop phase is both technical and creative, blending structure with artistry. Mastering it will help you build learning that feels seamless and impactful. Let's begin by revisiting what we've already achieved in the design phase. In the last lesson, we completed the design phase, the creative blueprinting of your instructional plan. You defined learning objectives that were measurable and observable. You organized lessons in logical sequences to build confidence and comprehension. Storyboards helped visualize content flow and learner interaction. We also focused on accessibility, inclusion, and clear alignment between objectives, assessments, and media. Design was the moment where creativity met structure. It ensured that every element of your course had a clear purpose. Now, in the develop phase, those blueprints evolve into real materials. You'll build the slides, record the audio, and produce videos or simulations that learners will actually use. The design becomes tangible, visible, and testable. Think of this as construction following architecture, the time to build precisely what was planned. Your attention to detail now determines the quality and success of the final experience. The develop phase is where production begins. You create, assemble, and test all materials needed for learning delivery. That includes slides, videos, guides, assessments, and digital assets. It's a highly collaborative process. Designers, SMEs, and developers work together to bring lessons to life. This stage also demands quality control at every step. Prototype testing, technical checks, and style consistency are essential. The develop phase often reveals small issues that the design phase didn't catch, and that's normal. Each iteration makes the course stronger and more cohesive. Here, tools like Articulate Storyline, Adobe Captivate, and Camtasia often come into play. It's also when voiceovers, animations, and accessibility features are implemented. By the end of this phase, you'll have a fully functional course ready for pilot testing. In short, development is about precision, polish, and purpose. Turning your design plan into real content requires a structured workflow. Begin by revisiting your objectives and verifying that every learning asset supports them. Use the templates and design standards created earlier to ensure consistency. At this point, you start producing prototypes, sample lessons or modules that demonstrate your vision. Prototypes allow early testing with stakeholders or pilot learners. They reveal what works and what might need adjustment. This feedback loop is vital before scaling full production. Remember, each element, from visuals to scripts, should connect back to learning outcomes. The goal isn't just to make something look good, it's to make it work effectively. Designers who prototype well save time, money, and rework later on. Prototypes act as checkpoints of alignment between intention and implementation. They're your best insurance for development success. The tools you choose for development can make or break your production efficiency. Authoring tools such as Articulate Storyline, Adobe Captivate, or Lectora Inspire are powerful for creating interactive courses. They allow you to integrate audio, video, assessments, and branching scenarios with relative ease. For video production, tools like Camtasia, Premiere Pro, or Descript streamline editing and narration alignment. Collaboration platforms such as Review 360, Trello, or Miro keep projects transparent and on schedule. The key is selecting technology that fits both your team's workflow and learner needs. Don't chase features, chase functionality and reliability. Every tool should serve the design plan, not complicate it. When integrated correctly, technology becomes invisible, a seamless support to the learning experience. Remember, technical consistency across modules improves the learner's sense of flow and professionalism. This phase is about precision and harmony between tools, people, and content. The smoother your tool ecosystem, the easier your development journey will be. Subject matter experts, or SMEs, are essential partners during the develop phase. They bring deep content knowledge that ensures your course remains accurate and relevant. However, effective collaboration requires structure and respect. Begin by clarifying expectations, timelines, and review responsibilities early on. Use visual tools like storyboards or prototype previews. They make feedback more concrete. Regular, brief check-ins help prevent misunderstandings or late-stage revisions. As the instructional designer, your role is to guide the learning experience while honoring SME expertise. Avoid jargon-heavy debates. Instead, anchor discussions in learner needs and objectives. Keep communication professional and solution-focused. When SMEs see how design supports their content, collaboration becomes smoother and more enthusiastic. Remember, SMEs are content stewards, and you're the architect of experience. Together, you create learning that's both expert-driven and instructionally sound. Multimedia brings your lessons to life, but it must be both engaging and accessible. When recording narration, focus on tone, clarity, and pacing. Audio should feel conversational yet professional, guiding learners naturally. Visuals should complement the message, not compete with it. Simple animations, relevant images, and clear typography enhance understanding. Always include captions and transcripts for accessibility and flexibility. Alt text and contrast-friendly visuals support all learners, including those using assistive technology. Accessibility isn't just compliance, it's good design. It ensures no learner is left out due to technology or ability. Test all multimedia elements for synchronization and readability before publishing. Think of accessibility as part of quality, not an afterthought. When inclusivity is built in, your content becomes universally effective. As projects grow, organization becomes critical. Version control ensures that everyone works on the latest, approved files. Use consistent naming conventions for assets. For example, Module 1 should script v2. Store materials in a centralized, cloud-based location like SharePoint, Google Drive, or OneDrive. Establish folder structures that mirror your course layout for easy access. Track changes and feedback to prevent confusion or duplicated effort. A version log, even a simple spreadsheet, can save hours of troubleshooting later. Backup files regularly, especially multimedia and source documents. If your team uses tools like GitHub or Review 360, take advantage of built-in version tracking. Good file management reflects professionalism and protects your progress. When systems are organized, creativity can flow freely without chaos. Think of this structure as your invisible safety net throughout the development process. Testing is the most important checkpoint before implementation. It ensures your course performs exactly as intended across platforms and devices. Start with a functionality test. Confirm that buttons, links, and interactive elements work properly. Next, review spelling, formatting, and media alignment for consistency. Pilot the course with a small group of learners or reviewers to collect real feedback. Ask about clarity, pacing, accessibility, and overall engagement. Note every issue and fix them systematically. Don't rely on memory. A second round of testing often catches small errors that slipped through the first. Remember to test with assistive technologies to confirm accessibility compliance. High-quality assurance is more than proofreading. It's about trust in the learner experience. When you launch, you want confidence that every click and transition feels seamless. Thorough testing ensures learners focus on content, not technical distractions. Feedback is not a setback. It's a refinement tool. During development, multiple voices may weigh in: SMEs, stakeholders, beta testers, and learners. Gather input systematically to avoid being overwhelmed. Categorize comments as high impact, affecting learner outcomes, or low impact, cosmetic changes. Address the high impact items first to protect learning quality. Feedback integration should enhance the course, not derail it. Avoid redesigning entire sections unless absolutely necessary. Maintain alignment with learning objectives and instructional strategy throughout revisions. Keep a change log so you can explain design decisions later if questioned. When feedback conflicts, return to the data. What improves the learner experience most? The best developers treat critique as collaboration, not criticism. Each round of refinement moves your design closer to excellence. Visual design is the silent ambassador of your course. It communicates tone, trust, and professionalism long before content is read or heard. Ensure your design follows the organization's visual identity. Logo placement, fonts, and color palettes matter. Consistency builds recognition and credibility. Typography should be legible, not ornamental. Use contrast wisely to create visual hierarchy and accessibility. Images and icons should feel cohesive and relevant to your learner's environment. Avoid visual overload. White space is your ally. When in doubt, simplify and clarify. Each visual choice should enhance understanding, not distract from it. Remember that beauty in instructional design is functional, not decorative. A polished look communicates care, attention, and learner respect. To strengthen your understanding of multimedia learning during development, I highly recommend eLearning and the Science of Instruction by Ruth Clark and Richard Mayer. This book bridges psychology and design, explaining how people actually learn from text, visuals, and sound. It unpacks principles like the modality effect, coherence principle, and redundancy effect, helping designers make smarter multimedia decisions. You'll learn why more visuals don't always mean better learning. It's about aligning sensory input with cognitive load. Clark and Mayer present real-world case studies of successful e-learning design practices. They also warn against common pitfalls, such as decorative distractions or mismatched narration timing. Each chapter connects theory to actionable design moves. It's an essential resource for instructional designers in the develop phase who want to ground creativity in research. Using this framework will help you craft experiences that both look good and work well. Remember, evidence-based design is the hallmark of a professional instructional developer, and this text remains one of the most respected guides in our field. The develop phase is where vision becomes reality. It's the bridge between design concepts and learner-ready materials. Each decision here, from tool choice to tone of narration, shapes how the learner feels and learns. Without disciplined development, even the best instructional plan can collapse in execution. This stage is about stewardship, turning abstract objectives into meaningful, functional learning experiences. Quality assurance, accessibility, and aesthetic polish all converge here. A well-developed course respects the learner's time and intelligence. It signals care, professionalism, and accountability. Development is also where teamwork shines, connecting designers, SMEs, editors, and reviewers in shared purpose. It's where communication and precision determine the success of the entire ADDIE cycle. When done right, the develop phase elevates design from concept to impact. It ensures that learning doesn't just exist, it thrives. Let's recap what we explored in this lesson. The develop phase transforms instructional plans into working learning products. We discussed how to select authoring tools, collaborate with SMEs, and manage assets efficiently. You learned how multimedia design enhances engagement when done accessibly and purposefully. Quality assurance and feedback cycles keep development focused and effective. File organization and version control prevent confusion and wasted time. Visual and brand consistency enhance professional appeal. Testing and pilot feedback safeguard the learner's experience before launch. We also reflected on why this phase matters. It's the heart of execution. By following structured, evidence-based practices, you build trust and credibility. Development isn't just about making something work, it's about making it meaningful. As you move forward, remember that great design comes alive through mindful, deliberate development. Before we close, let's pause for a quick reflection on what you've learned. Ask yourself, what tangible outcomes should result from a successful develop phase? Perhaps it's complete, functional training materials, organized assets, and clearly tested interactions. Next, consider how feedback loops strengthen your design. Remember, early and consistent feedback ensures alignment and reduces rework. It also keeps development responsive to actual learner and stakeholder needs. Accessibility should never be an afterthought. It's a cornerstone of ethical instructional design that allows every learner to participate fully. As you answer these questions, connect them to your current or future projects. Which areas do you manage well, and which still challenge you? Self-assessment reinforces retention. It's your personal version of formative evaluation. And reflection, as always, turns information into growth. This quote from brand strategist Alina Wheeler reminds us of a simple but profound truth. Every design decision reflects your understanding of learners, content, and context. In the develop phase, intelligence becomes visible. Literally, your insights take shape through slides, interfaces, media, and interactions. A course isn't just a vessel of information, it's a manifestation of care, logic, and empathy. Wheeler's words remind us that creativity and clarity are not opposites, they're partners. Every visual element, transition, and tone of narration communicates purpose. When intelligence drives your aesthetic, learners feel guided, not overwhelmed. That's the art and science of effective instructional design. This balance of precision and imagination is what distinguishes professionals from amateurs. As you continue in the ADDIE process, remember that design and development reflect who you are as a learning architect. Let your work make your intelligence visible and your learner's growth inevitable. Congratulations! You've completed the develop phase of the ADDIE model. You now understand how ideas evolve from design into finished learning materials. You've explored collaboration with SMEs, multimedia design, and the role of testing and quality control. This phase is both creative and technical, requiring precision and adaptability. As you move forward, begin preparing for the implementation phase, where your learning materials meet real learners. That's where delivery, facilitation, and learner support take center stage. Implementation bridges the gap between theory and practice, where feedback becomes performance data. Before diving into Lesson 18, take time to review your development files. Ensure everything aligns with your original objectives and brand standards. Reflect on how teamwork and iteration shaped your product. Learning design is a continuous journey, not a one-time process. In the next lesson, we'll explore how to launch learning experiences effectively, engaging both instructors and participants for maximum success.